2020 is 20 years I've been studying, practicing, and teaching astrology. Welcome to these few moments with me. This is Astrology with me, Kathryn Andren. And over the years, I've had the opportunity of sharing lectures and information across North America, in Hawaii, Japan, most recently at places like the Lodge at Woodlock and the Omega Institute. So if you caught any of my lectures in the past, welcome back. And if you're new, I invite you here to take you on a journey through our solar system. Today's lesson is on the planets, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about what specifically first, in this first section, the planets we can see. And the planets we can see in our sky story are up to Saturn. The word planet means wanderer. The ancient word, the ancient meaning of the word planet comes from the Greek word wanderer. We can watch the sun wander across the sky during the day. And if you know where to look, we can observe the planets wandering through the constellations. I have full details and lots of articles on my website called The Love Astrologer. I call my business The Love Astrologer because I'm passionate about astrology. And I've learned that when I look at somebody's birth chart, I have a tool to support people living the life that they love, as well as providing a map for your mission and purpose in this world, this lifetime. So astrology is a language of symbol. So we're going to go through the planets that we can see now. And again, in modern Western astrology, we're going to include the sun and the moon as planets. We know now that they're not planets, but they're the luminaries in our astrology. And we include them as planets because they wander across the sky. The sun in our birth chart is our radiance. It's our light and our life force. So wherever the sun falls in your birth chart, it adds extra energy and emphasis for you in your chart. The moon in our astrology birth charts is clues about our emotional nature. Wherever the moon falls in your birth chart, whether that's the zodiac sign or that's the house that it lives in, the houses in astrology relate to 12 different regions or sections of sky. The moon in your chart is going to give clues about your wisdom and knowledge about where you've been. And it can also give us clues about your sense of connection emotionally. When we look at charts for relationships and relationship astrology, you really want to understand where your partner has their moon sign, because you can help relate better. And you want to know where your own moon sign is, because it's going to give you clues about your basic kind of core emotional needs. When those core emotional needs get met, you feel more safe, you feel more relaxed, and you can have a lot more fun, okay? Speaking of relationships, the next planet we'll talk about is Mercury, because Mercury is the planet which gives us clues about our communication style. Mercury is the god Hermes, and that was the character who has wings on its heels. In our mythology, Mercury could move from the heavens to this mortal realm and go to the underworld. So Mercury in your astrology birth chart, this is the character of Mercury here. Mercury will give us clues about my thought process, my thinking style. It'll also give me clues about how I communicate and as how I can best process information. So you'll look to your own chart to Mercury for clues in conscious communication. In astrology for entrepreneurs, we would look for your Mercury as far as good ways to do business and how we make exchanges with others. Okay. Venus point in our birth chart, this is our Venus, and Venus is not only the goddess of love and beauty. Venus is the point of our birth chart which give us clues about what are my priorities, what's most important to me, what do I value. I'm recording right now in May of 2020, and we're in the middle right now of a cycle called the Venus Retrograde. Have a look through my website, again, The Love Astrologer, to find very specific articles on Venus Retrograde, as well as a couple more broadcasts that I have for you. But we want to look to Venus in our birth charts to understand and honor and appreciate, this is my value system. This is what's most important to me. I'll give you a quick example. For when we look at the zodiac, there are 12 zodiac signs, and the zodiac signs fall into categories of earth, air, fire, and water. If your Venus point is in a fire sign, what's important to you is action. What's important to you is that I'm doing something. What's important to you is that you're inspired. If your Venus point is in a earth sign, an earth zodiac sign, what's important to you is that the practicalities of life are handled for you. The earth sign people want to have, more the mortar between the bricks. We want to make sure that everything feels solid, right? Well, there'll be more of that in the our journey through the zodiac. So Venus point gives me clues about my values, my priorities, and who I'm attracted to and why. Then we have the Mars point. Mars in our birth chart shows what I'm passionate about, what excites me. Mars will show how I go after what I want in this world, this lifetime, as well as what motivates me. Again, as an example, let's say Mars is in an air sign for you. People with Mars in the air signs, air relates to the mind or the mental realm. So you're going to be speaking and talking and communicating. Okay? If by chance you have Mars in a water sign in your birth chart, the way you go after what you want, or the way that you will assert yourself in this world, this lifetime, is through the feeling realm, through emotions. And again, there's more articles on the essential elements there at the Love Astrologer. Okay, so if Mars is about how I go for what I want, and Mars is about how I create assertive action, the next planet, Jupiter as a symbol, it's the largest planet of our solar system. So, and therefore, it expands whatever it touches. Jupiter in our birth chart will show us bonus and blessing, and where we experience good fortune, where I feel expanded, where it helps me open up. That's the Jupiter point in your chart. And the next point would be Saturn. Saturn in our solar system, as we know, is a planet with the rings. And Saturn is the last planet we could actually see with the naked eye. If you know where to look, I can see Mars in the sky, or Venus, or Mercury hovering near the horizon. Saturn takes approximately 29 and a half years to go around the sun one time. And some of you may have heard about the Saturn's return. And again, that's a whole other topic, and please come back and visit me so we can talk more about the Saturn return. But Saturn is sobering. Saturn is the Lord of time. Saturn is the Lord of karma. So Saturn in your birth chart is going to show where you may require more patience in this world, this lifetime. And Saturn will also show us our lessons as well as where we experience mastery in this life. So I'm actually going to stop right here and say that we have part 1 for you today. This is a lesson on the planets, and these are our visible planets, the Sun through Saturn. And actually the days of the week, the 7 days of the week, are named after the 7 visible planets. Thank you for joining me this time. It's a pleasure sharing these few moments with you. Take a look below. I'll be putting some information for you with links to some of the articles that I mentioned. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel here, Astrology with me, Kathryn Andren. And I look forward to sharing with you more conscious content during these changing times. Thank you.